say you yourself. Stress level will be high. Especially when you are talking about talking small amount of people. Then you say that they're laughing and you're not doing anything about it. They do it, you're not doing nothing about it. All the things that we're talking, they don't even make any. All the things we just sitting there laughing. And you, how do you feel? This some kind of problem, and then somebody just making some kind of joke. You just there laughing, making the thing funny. They just go there laughing because it's the channel you see me laughing, taking the thing they funny. Of course, that's something that's funny, but on the other hand, I come and job to go there when you're feeling doing the thing, at least you're supposed to let people to go do their different thing. But when they finish doing the thing, they just keep continue to go. I think when you're finished doing the thing, then they just continuously to you go right ahead again, you go do the same thing again. I think they take the pronunciation, they people not small amount of people. Yeah, see, you just talking just they say that you just okay with it, you okay with it. Whole lot of people just telling you all kind of things. Nothing wrong with it, we just fine with it. talking to you, they're talking to you, say you okay with you just okay with it.
What's going on, guys? So I've got an Xbox One X here and a here. And in this video, I'm essentially going to be telling you which console is better, the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro. By the time I'm publishing this video, it's going to be Christmas Day. And I'm sure a lot of you guys either got an Xbox One X for Christmas or maybe a PS4 Pro, or maybe you already have one of the others, or maybe you're even looking to buy either the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro. So hopefully this video will either help you out or maybe tell you got the wrong console. So I kind of got a list of what I'm going to be discussing and basing these off of. So I got 9 different categories. First, we're going to start with the price, which is basically just comparing console prices, the game prices, that sort of thing. UI, which is user interface. So kind of how easy or how hard it is to use the user interface on the console. Third is looks. So basically how the console looks, just comparing how the Xbox One X looks versus how the PS4 Pro looks. Fourth up, we got accessories. So what goes on, not just considering the console and the controller, but what other accessories are there? And then next up, the all important graphics. That's pretty straightforward. Next up, the controller better. And after that, we'll be discussing movies, which is better to play movies on. And then we'll be discussing which is better to play online games on. And then last but not least, games. This is probably the most important one because obviously the reason you buy consoles for games. But we're gonna go ahead and discuss all these and basically see which console's better. So first up on my list, I got price. So right now, I'm flashing up a screen right here from Amazon with the prices of the two. But right now, you can find the Xbox One X for $400, and you can find the PS4 Pro for $400. So the consoles are, pretty much on an even slate in terms of pricing. And controllers, I say Xbox controllers are actually a tiny bit more expensive, but maybe $5 to $10 more expensive. And games are generally $60, so the same as well. So for pricing, pretty straightforward. I'd say both of them have pretty comparable pricing. So in this case, for price, I'm actually going to give them a tie. So I'm going to give them a little straightforward mark right there, mark here. I'm not left-handed, so I'm just going to do like a simple mark so I can do that easily. The check mark would probably go poorly with my left hand. And next up, we got the UI. So basically the user interface. So I'll kind of flash the screen up here of what the Xbox One X user interface looks like, as well as the PS4 Pro user interface, so you can kind of get a feel for what the two look like just in general. But the Xbox One X interface is a little bit more complex. It's got a lot more to it. You can scroll up and down a lot. You can pin things to your homepage. You can set different categories. You can scroll to the right, left, and the store, and all kinds of other things. So the Xbox One X is pretty in-depth, but it's also very complex. PS4 Pro is completely the opposite. I'll flash the screen right now. Basically, you just have 2 whole rows. So the top row will show like the store, games, settings, profile, all that kind of stuff. And you scroll down, you can scroll through all your games, all your apps pretty easily. You just click on which one you want to play. So the PS4, although not as in-depth, it's a whole lot easier to use. It's a lot more simple, a lot more straightforward. So for this category, I'm gonna have to go with PS4 Pro for the user interface. It's a whole lot easier. Personally, I think the PS4 Pro looks kind of cool just with the 3 layers. But the Xbox One X, it's like business. It's more business. It's just like a straightforward block. Got a nice gradient to it. Darker over here, a little bit lighter gray over here. When you turn it on, it makes a nice chime. And the bottom looks nice as well. It's just kind of classy. This one looks a little bit more high tech, I guess. So I think the Xbox One X, just a normal console, looks a little bit better, while the PS4 Pro just looks a little bit more, techy. But now, where we get weird is if you look at the limited editions. So Xbox One X doesn't really have any good limited edition consoles with different colors, but the PS4 Pro has a different story. If we look over here, I've got the 50 million limited edition console, and this console is awesome. It's got like a transparent console, transparent controller and everything. And we also got the Spider-Man PS4 Pro here, which is super sick. They even call it Amazing Red. It's a red console, red controller. So if you're going limited edition consoles, PS4 definitely looks better. But if you're just going regular old console, I go Xbox One X. So since the normal consumer is probably going to be going just the normal console, not the limited edition, I'm gonna have to go with the Xbox One X. I just think it looks a little bit more classy, a little bit nicer. So I'm gonna go with that. So I'm gonna put that down. But again, looks are really bad. So yeah, that's really bad right there. But again, looks is very subjective, so it really depends on what you put. And now, fourth up on the list, accessories. So what do I mean by accessories? Because I already have controller on here. The controller is technically an accessory. When I'm talking about accessories, I'm talking about other random things that the console has for us. So Xbox had Kinect, so I would consider Kinect an accessory, but it doesn't really even take advantage of it anymore. So I just knocked that off the map. But the PS4 Pro, they have PlayStation VR, and just for PlayStation VR, I'm going to tell you straight up, PlayStation wins the accessories category just because of PlayStation VR. I got it over here. Actually pull it over. This is kind of a case I have from PlayStation VR. We got games like PlayStation Worlds, a whole lot of newer games as well. And yeah, you can even use these motion controllers you might have bought with the PS3 to make PlayStation VR even better. So yeah, just straightforward, PlayStation has better accessories solely because of PlayStation VR. And I'm just gonna say that. I mean, if Xbox had virtual reality on it, then it could compete, but PlayStation has virtual reality, so that just puts accessories another level up. So right here with accessories, let's go with PS4 Pro. Here we are, guys. So far, PS4 Pro is one ahead. It's got 3, while Xbox One X has 2. We got 5 more categories left, though, so plenty of time for Xbox to catch up. Next up, we got graphics. So this is a pretty straightforward comparison as well. I'm just going to pull up the comparison on my phone right here, which basically says which one is more powerful. So we got the Xbox One X on the left, we have PlayStation 4 on the right, and as you can see, GPU. So the Xbox One X is a 2.3 gigahertz core, and the PS4 has a 2.1 gigahertz. So right off the back, the CPU is stronger. But now what we're really looking for is the GPU for graphics. And as you can see, whether you know what a teraflop is or not, you can see that the Xbox One X is 6 teraflops, the PS4 Pro is 4.2. So we can see that the Xbox One X is more powerful just for that. And the memory as well. We got 12 gigabytes of RAM on the Xbox One X. Oh, we only got 8 on the PS4. As you see, memory bandwidth is higher as well. So pretty much every category of that would matter in graphics is higher for the Xbox One X. So we can pretty much just straightforward call that a win for the Xbox One X. So graphics, that's a win for the Xbox One X. So next up, 6th on the list, we've had price, UI, looks, accessories, graphics. Now we're on controller. So which one has the better controller? Let me just pull up both controllers. PlayStation 4 controller, Xbox One X. So this one's also going to be a little bit subjective based on what you're looking there. I made a video based on this exact topic. I'll put the link down in the description. I made it probably about a year ago. Just which controller is better, the Xbox One or the PS4. So I'll just I'll put that link in the description for you to watch, and then I'll just reiterate real fast. And so the main thing to consider when you look at a controller is how it fits your hands. And personally, I think the Xbox One controller just rests in your hand a whole lot easier than the PS4. PS4, you have to try to hold it. Xbox One, it just sits in your hands very nicely, especially in my hands. You pretty much got all the same types of buttons on this one versus this one, so there's not much comparison there. The fact that the PS4 Pro has a touchpad, but that's really not used very often. So I think the main things to look at is how it fits in your hand and how the analog sticks feel. So I said the Xbox One fits better in the hand, and I also think the analog sticks are better on the Xbox One because of the it's hard for your thumbs to come off the analog stick. Now on the PS4, especially the old controller, if you get any kind of sweat on your hands, you're just sliding right off the analog stick. So I think that's a big factor in which controller is better. So as I'm saying right now, Xbox One got the better controller. So go ahead and put that down. So we got 3 more categories left. Right now, the Xbox One X has 4, and the PS4 Pro has 3. So next up, we got movies. So what do I mean by movies? So I'm basically saying which has a better movie experience, the Xbox One or the PS4 Pro. So if you're going with just like a standard DVD or a Blu-ray disc, then either console is gonna be fine. They both do the same thing. You're not gonna see much of a difference in quality. And they both have Dolby surround sound and everything, so it'll be fine. But where the difference comes in is with 4K movies. So as you can see right here, I've got The Dark Knight in 4K Ultra HD. So here's a weird thing: Xbox One X can play 4K movies, but the PS4 Pro cannot. And I know that's the weirdest thing, because Sony owns Blu-ray, blah blah blah, everything like that. But the PS4 Pro cannot play 4K movies. Weirdest thing: you can play 4K games and everything, but you cannot play 4K movies. On the Xbox One X, you can play 4K movies. And that's physical movies. You can always download. If you have digital movies that you want to download here, then I believe you can play them fine on the PS4 Pro. But if you want to, just sticking your disc like this, like most people have, then One X. So I think movies going to be on that one for Xbox One. If you got a 4K movie with 4K TV, then you definitely got to go to Xbox One. Now, if you don't care about 4K movies, then either one is fine. It's a toss-up. Now, second to last, you got online. So what do I mean by online? I mean kind of like the online speeds, just the whole infrastructure of the online gaming experience for Xbox One X versus PS4 Pro. With Xbox One, it's going to be Xbox Live. That's their online interface. And with the PS4 Pro, it's going to be PS Plus. So I believe they both cost the same now. They're both $60 a year. So there's not much of a difference there. They both give you free games each month. So there's not much of a difference there. Now, where the difference comes in is the online speeds and online reliability. And that's where the Microsoft shines, just because, Microsoft is a big company. Obviously, they make Windows and all that, and they're just a big company outside of just Xbox. So they have a whole online infrastructure, and it's a whole lot easier for them, I would think, to make a strong online interface. Now, obviously, Sony's a big company, but personally, I don't think their infrastructure is as strong on their online. The PS Plus is kind of prone to going down. If you've ever played it, it kind of goes down for maintenance a lot. Xbox One is usually up more. And I actually have a video I'll put a link down in the description. I did basically a speed test comparison of upload and download speeds on the two. And the Xbox One X won by a landslide. I was using the consoles on the same network and everything within seconds of each other. And the Xbox One X was showing download and upload speeds like twice as much as the PS4 Pro. So, I got to go Xbox One X again on here. Online, I think Xbox One X takes it. Alright, so last but not least, games. Now, this obviously is the biggest category. So which console has better games? And so let me just bring a couple games over here. You got Spider-Man experience better on the PS4, just because you can play these games. These are just two of the exclusives the PS4 has. They've also got a whole lot of exclusives that the Xbox doesn't have. So I think just purely based on exclusives, I think you gotta go PS4. You got a Spider-Man, you got Uncharted 4, you got The Last of Us 2 coming out soon. You got God of War. You got plenty of good games. Some other ones I can't even remember right now, but plenty of good exclusives on the PS4. Now, with Xbox, if you're going for exclusives, it's kind of if you're a big racing fanatic, then you got to get the Xbox One for Forza. But other than that, the exclusives on the PS4 is just a whole lot better. So I think when you compare games on the two consoles, you got to go PS4 Pro. That's just the only option. Here we have it, guys. We're coming to the end now, and let's go ahead and add it up. So the PS4 Pro, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't write with my left hand, so I'm gonna switch it over to the right hand. You got 4. So PS4 Pro's got 4. Xbox One X has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. So looks like Xbox One X is gonna take it on this comparison, guys. Now the one thing I will say, this could have easily gone the other direction if I had switched the looks. I was thinking about putting looks over on PS4 Pro, just because the PS4 Pro is better limited edition looks, and that would have tied them both at 5. We all know that if they're tied, then the top one goes to the best games. Because games, that's the biggest category for this. Honestly, you can't count games for 90% of everything. If all you want to do is play games, you don't care about the online experience, the graphics, the controller, anything. All you care about is the games. You get the PS4 Pro, guys. It's got better exclusives and everything. Go ahead and get the PS4 Pro if you're all about the games. But if you're in it for the games and the whole experience, then you gotta go to Xbox One X. As you can see here, they won 64. Now the one thing I'll say the way I do it is I buy all the third-party games for the Xbox One X just because they'll perform better and have slightly better graphics and everything. But with PS4, I've got that purely for exclusives. So as you saw, I've got Spider-Man, Uncharted 4, I've got the PlayStation VR. In general, I think the whole gaming experience in terms of games is going to be better on the PS4 Pro. But in general, if you're looking for all-in-one home entertainment, games, movies, everything, where I looked at, just pick the categories that you think are best and, use that to find which console you think is right for you. Now, if you just got a new console for Christmas from, Santa or your parents or whatever, go ahead and take this comparison and, figure out if it's the right console for you. And if you got an Xbox One X, but you really wanted a PS4 Pro, then, tell Santa, hey, I want a PS4 Pro, man. You got to take this Xbox One X back and give me a PS4 Pro. It might not work like that, but be sure to like and subscribe and definitely comment down below and let me know which console you think is better. Thanks for watching, guys.
Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today I'm going to show you how you can set up your nice new Xbox One X. Now, this guide is meant for beginners. Those of you that hack it, you will get a getting started guide, but it might have left you a little bit confused because it's just very simplistic and it doesn't go into much detail at all. So hopefully that's where this video will come in. So I'm going to show you how to connect up all the cables, I'm going to show you how to connect up to the internet, I'm going to show you how to change the settings on your TV, and then I'm going to show you how to sign into it and load up the game to get you started. So by the end of the video, hopefully you'll have a better understanding of the Xbox One X. Right, so let's get started. Okay, so in the package, we obviously get our Xbox One X, we get our controller, we get our power cable. This is a UK one, so it's going to look a little bit different to yours, depending on where you're watching this. You get a couple of little 8 batteries for your controller, and we also get an HDMI cable that connects the console to the TV. Now, make sure you use the cable that you get with the Xbox. The reason I say this is because if you were to just use an old HDMI cable, for example, this one here, although the ends do look exactly the same, this one will not allow HDR and 4K. So basically, make sure you use the one, or make sure you use a cable that is capable. So a high-speed cable that's able HDR and 4K. Okay, so all the ports are at the back of the Xbox One X. So let's gently turn it round, and I'm just going to show you the ports here. So basically, the one on the left is the power cable. That's where we're going to plug the power to give the Xbox power. Next, we have HDMI out to TV. This is the cable that goes from here to the TV. So it brings picture and sound through the one cable to the TV. HDMI in, chances are you probably won't be using this just yet while you're setting it up to begin with. This is where you can plug in, for example, your set-top box. So in the UK, you might have a Skybox, you might have a Virgin box, and then you can connect it into here, and you can use the settings of your Sky through your Xbox. But to begin with, you can set this up later. It's a little bit confusing at the moment. We've got 2 USB ports here. This is what to connect up Connect Sensor. So if you're interested in how to do that, please watch one of my other videos, because again, a lot of people won't be doing that. IR out is basically an IR blaster. This already has an IR blaster built into it, so you won't need to worry about this. This would be hide it away in college, so you would have to run an IR blaster from this port here. SPDIF, this would be a digital audio signal. For example, your Toslink ones, you have the red light, the red lights on it, the optical leads. Again, you probably won't be using this because you're going to be getting your sound and picture through your HDMI. This would be to connect up to a soundbar or a separate sound system, or some headsets have a connection that uses this one here. And lastly here, we have an Ethernet. This is a LAN here for an Ethernet cable. So this is where you would want to be connecting up the cable to your router. Now in the UK we call it a router. The rest of the world you will know it as a router. Basically it's the thing that gives you the internet in your house. So if you connect up a wired connection, then it's going to be better normally than Wi-Fi. This is all the capable of Wi-Fi. It's got AC Wi-Fi. But if you're a long way from your router and you want a good connection, then an Ethernet cable is going to give you a much better connection than Wi-Fi. So first things first, let's just connect up the power cable. Now, I haven't got it plugged in. We're going to do the test. Right now, everything is just dead. So it doesn't matter which way this goes in. It can go in either way round. But you want to make sure that it goes fully home. So line it up inside and then push it all the way in. So it takes quite a bit of force to push it all the way in until it won't go in anymore. Next, we've got our HDMI cable. It can only go in one way round. You see how it shapes? So it's going to do the wide shape at the top, the wide flat shape at the top. And we're going to be plugging it into HDMI out. Not in, but out. This one here. Okay, now believe it or not, that's all we have to do for the time being. Now, if possible, keep all the cables away from the back of the system here because it is going to generate a lot of heat in the back, so we really don't want these cables to be coming back on themselves and resting against it here. So if possible, keep the cables well away from the back of the Xbox. Right, now we're going to put the batteries in the controller. So this is very self-explanatory. All we have to do is arrow going up here. So we just grab it here and we're just forcing it up like so. And if you have a look there closely, you can see a plus and a minus. So again, if you look at your batteries, you're going to see a plus and a minus. So if you look here, we've got a plus here, and this side is the minus. So obviously we're doing plus to plus and minus to minus. So this is the minus side, and it's going to go on here. So that's minus to minus, and then we're going to be putting the plus to plus. Okay. And now to put the cover back on, you just line it up like so. Push down. And now we need to connect up the other side of your mic into the TV itself. Right, so we're at the back of my TV now, and as you can see, I've got HDMI ports. If your TV does not have HDMI ports, then you're going to struggle. You need to have a TV with HDMI ports, or you need to look into buying adapters. So you can buy adapters. For example, you can get adapters from HDMI to VGA or HDMI to composite. The problem is you're going to then start to get poor resolution, and the whole point of the Xbox One X is the fact it gives good resolution. So it really is worth setting this up on a TV that is at least 1080p, or better still, 4K TV with HDR. HDR sometimes means it's going to be much more colourful, much more vibrant. There's more whites, there's more blacks. When you look at that sky, there's more detail because there's more shades of white. It just looks a lot better. So if your TV is 4K and HDR, you're definitely going to get the most out of this Xbox One X. Now, on this TV here, I know my TV quite well, so I know that HDR is only enabled on HDMI 1 because this is quite a cheap TV. So it's a 4K HDR TV, but it was cheap, just over £400. If you've got a more expensive TV, hopefully HDR will port, in which case you can just plug it into this empty port at the top here. But I know on my TV, I can only enable it on HDMI 1. But I will show you that on the settings so you know what your TV is. So what I'm going to have to do is, in this instance, I'm going to be unplugging that one from there, and then I'm going to be plugging in my Xbox cable into the TV, like so. So now I need to remember that we're in HDMI 1. If all your ports are taken up, you can get something called a HDMI switch, where you basically, for example, might have 3 inputs to 1 output or 5 inputs to 1 output. And then you can just connect up the outlets, and then, for example, you might have your Xbox in there, you might have your iPad player in 2, you might have your set-top box in 3, you might have your PlayStation 4. So, if you run out of TVs from the end of the world, you can buy this HDMI switch. Right, so we're going to plug it in now.
Pharmaceutical CEO Red cigarette prepares to battle.
And we're going to turn it on. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this Xbox button at the top here. So I've got my Xbox controller, the Xbox button up here. And you can see now it's already come pre-paired to the Xbox One console. Now, if it hasn't paired up for you, what you have to do is sync it up yourself. So can you see there's a little button down here on the Xbox One X? Press that, and that will start linking there. And then we've got a button at the top of our controller here. And we just need to hold that down for a couple of seconds. And now that will be how it's synced up. But because we apply it, it's already come paired to the controllers. That's handy to know if you're connected up 2 or 3 or 4 of these controllers. So we're going to turn our TV on now. And what we have to do is we have to select the correct input. Remember, we put HDMI 1 on the back of the TV. Source is a HDMI 1. On this Samsung TV, it's called source. On your TV, it might be called input. But it's basically the thing you do to select through the different inputs. For example, digital TV, HDMI 1, AV, etc., etc. So I'm going to go to source. And on my one, I know that it's going into PC Alienware. So that's my HDMI 1 on this one. Because previously, the white cable that was connected into it, remember I had to swap the cables at the back, that was going to my PC. So now, if I just press enter, it's now going to bring me onto this one, and you can now see it's come up with the Xbox page here. But I want to change a few settings on the TV before I muck about with anything to do with the Xbox. So what I want to do to begin with is, at the moment, I've got this input labeled as PC. I need to change it to games console because I want to set game mode, because TVs are not the best when it comes to video games. So often if your TV has a chance to do game mode, select the feature game mode, because then everything will work a little bit quicker. There won't be as much display lag, meaning, for example, when you press something to do the mode, then you want that movement to happen. So by selecting game mode, it's going to enable that movement to happen as quick as possible. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to go to source, and I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go to edit, because I'm only going to change the name of the Alienware. I'm also going to change it to games console, because that's exactly what we're plugging into it. So I'm going to change it to games console, press enter, and now I'm going to edit the name here, because I don't want it Alienware anymore, because I've got the Xbox One X plugged into it. So I'm just going to delete that, and type in Xbox One X. Obviously, you don't have to do this. This just makes it easy. When people come around your house and stay with relatives and stuff, at least they know what's on each input, rather than you constantly having to set everything up for them all the time. That's done now. Now I actually want to change the settings to enable HDR on that input and also to enable game mode. So I'm going to go to settings down the bottom here. And see the picture, I'm going to go down to where it says special viewing mode, and I'm going to change this to game mode. I'm going to change this from off to on. Right, so now we have game mode enabled, so that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to go down to expert settings, and I'm going to enable HDR on that HDMI 1. And now I'm going to go down to HDMI UHD color. That's Samsung's name for HDR. It's the same thing, it's just what they call it. And I'm going to press enter. Now you see here at the moment it's off. I'm going to change it to on. I'm going to change HDMI 1. I'm going to change it to on. And there we go. Now just to show you it's not working on HDMI 2 or 3. See, I'm pressing on. So this is the function not available. On 3 is not available. So this is happening to you. You know that you have to put it into HDMI 1. If you select fantastic, you've got a choice. Right, then, but that is the TV side of it done. So now we've got game mode set up, now we've got HDR set up. Now let's go. So it's asking me to press A. And it's asking me what language I am. Well, I'm English. And it's going to ask me what variety of English rather than the United Kingdom. There's A again. And now it's checking your connection. So when you use your wired connection, all you want to do is wired connection. Now let's just talk to you about the difference. But wired connection is always connecting the best. Basically, that means when it is connected from a router or router, if you know it, into the Xbox. The problem with that is, if your router is in a different part of the house, so for example now, if I'm in the back room here, and if the router is not in front of the house, it might be hard to run a cable from there to your Xbox. If you can, go down the cable route, it's better. If you can't run a cable, then you've got the choice of wireless. So here, I've got the choice of doing a 2.4 GHz network or a 5 GHz network. Let me just quickly tell you the difference between the two. 2.4 GHz is a lot easier. It's been around for a long time, and most devices use 2.4 GHz. So it's more congested. So if possible, use 5 GHz. Now, the 5 GHz signal should give you quicker speeds. doesn't travel very well. So you've got to get through a couple of walls before you get to your Xbox. If your routers here, you've got to get through one wall. You might well find that the 2 Ethernet signal connection to the 5 GHz signal, although it is faster and it's congested, it doesn't travel so well. So this is up for you to decide. Obviously, you can have a quick look at the bars here, these 2 lines, and then we go on to our main tops down here. You need to connect to this router. So let me just quickly show you my router so you understand it. Right, so this is what this particular router looks like here, and if you have a look at the back of it, now, I don't actually use this wireless key, so as you can use here, but you can see the wireless SSID. This is the name of the router, BT-Hub5, J6H. That's what this is called. So I need to find that when I look up the Xbox. But when I look up the Xbox, you can see there, it says BT-Hub5, and the wireless key is just a password that you need to put in. So if I was to go down the wireless route and click on one of those ones up there, for example, the 2.4 GHz one, then I need to enter in this key. Now, I've actually changed this, so this isn't the key anymore. This is the key. Is the bottom, and then that's the wireless key that you need to put in. Obviously, yours is going to be different than that. It might be called a password, it might be called a passphrase. On this particular router, they make it easy because it's a router. You can then take this with you to your Xbox. And you can just type it in, then pop it back again. But if that isn't the case with your one, then all you have to do is write that down there, or easy, just take a picture with your phone, bring it back to your Xbox, and type that number in. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using an Ethernet because it's so better. But even if your Xbox is wireless to the router, still go down the wire cable because you've got your phone, and it's just ever so slightly better, and that can make a difference when it comes to online games. And also, when you download, you go to the internet. Some of these games now are absolutely huge, to about 100 gigabytes, in which they said they can take a long time to download them on your internet connection. So do everything you can do to improve that. So with this one here, I'm just going to be plugging it into the spare Ethernet port back here. So these are my Ethernet ports. I get that into there, and then the other end of this cable will go into the back of my Xbox. So if we have a look at the back of the Xbox, you can see the connection, and it just goes in with the tab side up. This little spring tab up, just clicks into place like so. And again, make sure that there's no cables touching the back of the Xbox because of it. That generates. Right, so we are now using the Wi-Fi connection. Let me just quickly show you what you would do if you were using the Wi-Fi connection. So take now, you're using the 5 GHz one because the signal is nice and strong. So we're going to go to A, and it's going to ask you to enter in the password that I just showed you, the wireless key, or the passphrase, or the password. You enter that in, you go down to here, and you enter, and it's job done. And I'm just going to go to use wired connection and press A. So now it's going to check the connection, and it says your console is connected to the internet continuity. It says, where do I live? United Kingdom. It's time to update. So all this stuff awaits. It's going to take a few minutes for it to work. The size of the update is around 783 megabytes. Right, so now we've got to wait for that to go through. So just to quickly tell you, the Xbox now is 1 terabyte, so that basically is 1,000 gigabytes. Now when you get a game, it will tell you how much gigabytes it is. So if you have a look here, this is for the Verizon 3. At the back, it says here 9 gigabytes. So we've got 49 gigabytes of storage required. So roughly, just rough sums, you're going to be looking at around 20 of these games. But now, for the Verizon 7, if it's working on the Xbox One X, it's going to be near enough 100 gigabytes. So on a game like that, you're only going to get 10 of those games onto the Xbox One X before the storage is full. So what I'm doing, I'm plugging an external storage device. So basically, just an external hard drive. You get them for around £50 to £60 for a 1 terabyte one. So again, you're doubling the size of the Xbox One by putting in one of them, and they're really easy to do. And the Xbox talks you through what you need to do. So don't worry about running out of space because it's a thing that you can remedy quite easily. So I'm just going to fast forward through this now because you can see it's counted down at 71% through. that's going through, I'm just going to explain to you another thing about the internet. So basically, the reason we connected to the internet mainly is for multiplayer, so you can play against your friends or anybody worldwide, which is a great thing. Also, things like downloading games and stuff, obviously you need to be connected to the internet. And if you want to do any browsing or any YouTube or Netflix, they all need to be connected to the internet. So like I said, if you can do the wired connection, that's the best. But let's say now if you can't do the wired connection, for example, you might be living at your parents' house and they don't want a cable going from the front of the house and the Wi-Fi signal is awful. Another thing you can look into is power line adapters. So that's basically these things here that plug into your electricity wall sockets, and then they generate like an Ethernet signal through the electricity cable that's already in your house. So if you have a look here, you've got your internet connected to your router like you normally have. You then connect the router into one of these power line adapters. That's a UK type socket there, and then it uses the electric wiring already in the walls in your house to go to another. And from there, you would run an Ethernet cable into your Xbox. And these things, believe it or not, do work really well. If the wiring in your house is very old, then it's not going to work as well. Often they can work a lot better than Wi-Fi. So that's what they are. They're these things here. And normally you start to actually get to them. And then you can see one Ethernet port there. You can run an Ethernet cable from here into our router, and then we'll plug this into an AC port out there. And then, near our Xbox, we will have the other one fuse in, and again, we would then have an Ethernet cable coming out going into our Xbox. And believe it or not, they do work really well. All different brands, and a lot of them are not expensive. I got these BT ones here for 20, I think it was about 22 or 23 UK pounds. You don't have to get that brand, you've got all different brands. This is a TP-Link one, and these ones are better again because you plug this one in by your router, and then you plug this by your Xbox. It can have two Ethernet cables connected to it, and it also then regenerates the Wi-Fi signal. So it's like a new Wi-Fi signal coming from here again. So this will help with things like your iPhones and your iPads and laptops and everything like that. But you'll find when the update's going through that your Xbox will restart itself. So right, it's gone off, and then it will bring itself back on again. Right, while the update's going through, I'm just going to show you a few things around the Xbox One X. So you can see there's two little holes here. That would be for a stand. So basically, at the moment, it's horizontal, but the Xbox can also stand up vertical. So depending on where all your equipment is, you might find that it's nicer to stand vertical. Now, if you have a look here, that's the little sync button that I told you about earlier. We've got another USB port here. All the USB ports are USB 3 ports. We've got a little thing there that says, "Hello from Seattle, Xbox One X." And this is where you would put your discs. You've got to put them picture side up. I'll show you going in a little bit later in the video where it's set up. This here is going to be for your IR blaster, and this here is to eject the disc. So once we put a disc in there, you just put the disc in and it will take it in for you, and then we will press this to eject it. Now it says here, and this applies to all consoles, do not move console without first removing any disc inside. So that's a little warning label there, so I'm going to take that off now so we don't need that there. And then at the side here, can you see there's a very small little hole there? If your disc ever got stuck inside it, so if something went wrong and your disc was stuck in there by resetting the Xbox, then what you can do is you can actually put a paper clip in there, press down, and then the disc will manually eject. But again, I'm going to do videos on all these kind of things, so you will find all these things on my other videos. Now, when the Xbox starts itself again, turns off and starts itself again, you will find that the controller will no longer work because the light's gone out. So to make it work again, we just tap the button and then it will resync up with the Xbox. Now, we don't have to keep syncing it up by hitting this top button. You only need to use this if, for example, you're syncing it up maybe to your friend's Xbox, or you're trying to sync it up to your Windows 10 PC. If you haven't paired it up with anything in the meantime, every time you turn this on, it will automatically be paired with the last console it was connected to. Just before we do the rest of the TV, show you here, we've got two triggers up here, and these are impulse triggers. So what will happen is, sometimes when you're like firing a gun or racing a car, you will feel little vibrations through these triggers because they've got little motors built in. We've got the right bumper and left bumper, there are two buttons there. Here we've got the micro USB port. So this is where if you wanted to make it into a wired controller, you could plug this in straight into the console itself. So let's say now if your batteries have gone dead, then what you can do is just use a USB cable, get yourself a nice long one, and then you can kick back on your couch and use it as a wired controller. Also, this is how you sync it up, another way to sync it up to the Xbox console as well. If you can buy the charge and play kit, you know, when you get the rechargeable battery pack and put it in there, this is how you would recharge the battery. So we have a button here. This is things that will bring us back to home. It will turn the Xbox on. It will turn the Xbox off. We've got two other buttons here, and they also click in as well. So if you listen, you can hear them clicking in. So that's another button there. When you press it, we've got a D-pad here, buttons here. We've got a menu button and a view button here. And then at the bottom here, we've got a expansion port here. So this would be where you used to plug in your headset. But nowadays, with the newer controllers, we can just plug 3.5mm jack straight into there, so you can just use any headphones in there for most headsets. So you don't have to get special, like Xbox ones, a lot of them will work with 4-pole connector there, so that will do your stereo left and right and also microphone. And when I plug that into there, what will happen is it will then allow me to be able to speak to other people online and also hear them through here. Then if it's late at night, you can change the settings in the Xbox to have all the game audio come through here as well. So there's people that disturb other people in the house. Rather than having to play really quiet, you can have the game audio and the chat blasted from here. And you can have the TV on here. Right, it says here, make sure you sign in with your Microsoft account. If you already have a gamer tag, use the email and password associated with your account. If you need a new gamer tag, use the email and password that you already have for Skype, Outlook.com, Windows 8, Windows 10, and Windows Phone, Xbox. I'm just going to already sign in with my gamer tag. If you're completely new to anything on Microsoft, then you're going to have to create if you've already got Skype.com, if you've already got that, so you find your Xbox and create the gamer tag. So I'm going to press 8 for that. If you haven't got any Skype account previously, then you're going to have to press B. And you're going to then go down and go to against the account, and then you're going to have to follow up on 3 steps. It's going to be self-explanatory. It's going to talk you through what you need to do. Unfortunately, I've already got one, so I'm just going to go and I'm going to enter it now. So I'm going to do this off camera. Right, so I'm now entered my username and also my password. Security preferences. Use instant sign in to be ready to play sensitive devices turned on. Only one person can use instant sign in. Also now it's going to send you to the next level. So Xbox Game Pass is basically a subscription service where you pay each month and then you have the opportunity to download games. It's going to ask you for time. Now it says why you're not using Xbox One, you can through energy saving or instant partner. And it says if you like Xbox, it also has console and games apps up to date. Jumpstart your life. Find out how to find friends, create an avatar and more. Right, so this is where you can learn all about it. So we're going to do the name to get started. Right, here we go. So this is like a tutorial on the software side of things. So I've shown you how to connect up the cables and get to this part. Now, instead of going through every single stage of this, you can just read this in your own time. So next, get the video about the prepaid code. Get a game. Next, manage your payments. Quickly access the guide. For gaming. So take your time and read through all this. And then once you've read through all that, you're going to have a good understanding of the different features of the Xbox. And that is it. We are now ready to play a game, download Netflix, download YouTube, etc. Right, okay, so just when I was doing that, it says here, switch to 4K. It looks like your TV supports the 4K UHD resolution. Give it a try. To change your settings later, go to settings. It's working, so I'm going to go to yes and press A. Right, okay, so we should be in 4K now. So let me just quickly show you the YouTube app or the Netflix app, and then I'm going to show you how to do the 4K. Right, okay, so we're on the store up there, and now we're going to go down and we're going to go to search. And now I'm just going to type in Netflix. And you can see it's already come up there, so I'm going to move up now to there, and I'm going to press A. And now if I go to install, it's going to install Netflix for me. And then you can do the same with YouTube and whatever apps you want to put on there. So the good thing about this is get back to my home now. I'm just going to tap home there. You can see I'm just clicking on the left hand side, and I'm going to press A for home. Right, and now we're back to here again. So let's say now if I wanted to see where my games and apps are, if I go down to this icon here, so if I go down to there, it says my games and apps, then I just press A. So basically you're always pressing A to enter and B for back.
You see that smile now?
Right, and now if I go down to apps, you can see here that it's got Netflix here. So if I've already got an Xbox account, everything else is under ready to install. So if you're moving over, for example, the original Xbox One, and you're coming over to the Xbox One X, this is where you download all your games and apps. So now, for example, Assassin's Creed, if I was to press A there, it would say install Assassin's Creed, because I've already opened it, just I owned it on a different Xbox. If you're new to Xbox, you don't have anything under ready to install. Now I'm just going to press B for back. Now let me just show you the settings, just to double check we are on 4K. Now with me, it automatically put it onto 4K. You've seen it happen there. If it doesn't, for whatever reason with yours, then you just go to this button here, and you can see this menu here. Now, my mobile phone, the settings will be that gear icon there. Again, I'm just using the right button. You see the right button is bringing it across, and the left button is bringing it back. So I want to go across to settings, and I want to go down to where it says settings here, and I want to press A. And now I want to go to display and sound. This is where you're going to be checking all your network and everything. So for example, if you were on a wired connection and now you have to go on a Wi-Fi connection, you would just go to network and then go to network settings. If, for example, you want to double check the sound and the screen, then you're going to go to display and sound. So on display and sound, I'm going over to the right now, and I'm going to go to video now. It says 4K UHD. If I tap that, we've got the options of 720p and 1080p. So I'm going to keep on that one now. And now if you have a look here, we've got color depth, 24 bits per pixel, 8 bits. Well, it depends on what TV you've got, whether it's 8 bit or 10 bit. I'm just going to move it to 10 bits. See if my TV supports in 10 bit. Okay, so I'm going to go to yes, keep that color setting. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to advanced video settings just to see what I've got and what I haven't got. First, we're going to go down to 4K TV details to see what we've got. Now, if any of these have got a problem somewhere, so you need to do some further fault finding, maybe you haven't got HDR enabled, maybe you haven't got it plugged into the correct HDMI port, maybe your TV doesn't do HDR. But if you have a look here, can you see here? So for watching movies and TVs, it's got it all. It's like 4K 10 bit at 60 hertz. 60 hertz basically means 60 frames per second. So as I would explain that, pretend now you're watching a cartoon. So for example, if you were watching Steve-O Mickey Mouse, you know, one of the first cartoons, it was very jerky. When he was moving, there was only so many frames per second. So let's say if it was going to be like 10 frames per second, it's going to be slow like that. But 30 frames per second is going to be nice and smooth. 60 frames per second is fantastic because it means you're getting 60 pictures per second. So instead of going like a hand jerking down like that, it's just going to be nice and smooth. So obviously, the higher it is, the better it's going to be. Now, TV supports HDR for video because remember we've got a HD Blu-ray player in there and a 4K HD Blu-ray player. And for playing games, we've got 4K 10 bit at 60 hertz, 60 frames per second, and it supports HDR gaming. Can get clips and screenshots. So basically, you can see there everything is in green, so that's good. Okay, now when it comes to buying games, you can either buy them with a physical disc or you can buy them digitally. So you can buy them from the Xbox store, remember I said about the store earlier, and then you can download them onto your hard drive. Now, whether you buy them digitally or the disc, they still need to go onto the hard drive. So when you put the disc in initially, all you're doing is you're taking all that information off the disc, you put it onto the hard drive, and then when the game is on the hard drive, reason they do that is because otherwise you could put it onto a hard drive, you could sell this game, and you would still have the game, and then everybody would just do that, and then obviously the developers wouldn't make any money. So whether you buy it digitally or on a disc, it's going to take up the same amount of space on the hard drive. So it's not a case of buying 1,000 discs and still having room on your hard drive. As soon as you download 10 games like 47, whether it's on disc or digital, the hard drive's full. So the thing about a disc is obviously you can sell it on. The bad thing about a disc is if you were to use something like, for example, stream, you can stream this to another Windows 10 laptop or PC in your house. And with that, if it's digital, you can just go onto any single game from your laptop and start playing it. If it's a disc, you've got to keep coming back to your Xbox and putting that disc in. But the good thing about the disc is that you can set it on when you finish with it. So basically, that's the disc there. Remember as well that this will also do your 4K Ultra HD, which is pretty special because the PlayStation Pro won't do that. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting it into this slot here, and we're going to picture side up, and it will take it in for us. And then what will happen is it will just start loading the game up. So if you watch up here, it's going to come up in a minute to load. So right now that's install it. Remember, once it's installed, from there on in, when you start playing it, then it's just a case of putting the disc in, and you're going to be playing it in about a couple of minutes. Obviously, in the Spider-Man 4K Blu-ray there, then it will just load up straight away. I don't have to download this onto the hard drive. Now, when I'm finished with the disc, all I have to do is hit this button here, and you will see then the disc will come out. Right, let me just show you now how to turn off the Xbox. Right, so now you've had your 2-hour, 3-hour long gaming session and you're finished with it. Nice, easy way to turn it off is just to hold down this button here. And now it's going to ask me, do I want to turn off the controller or do I want to turn off the console? So for example now, let's say if there were 3 or 4 of you playing and you all had your controllers turned on, well, and then when they left, you want to go back to one player, you would turn off the second, third and fourth controller by just going up there, turn off controller and hitting A. But we want to turn the console on, so I'll move there to turn console off, and now I'm just going to hit A. And now what will happen is you will see that the light will go out and also the Xbox light will go out as well. And that's it, the console is now on. Now let's say you've come back to it and you want to start playing it again. Well, because we've got instant on, all I have to do is hit this one here. And there we go, you will see now it's on. And this time it's going to come on a lot quicker because we've already set it up for once. So right now it's signing me in. And that's it, we're on already and ready to go. So that is it. Now we have the Xbox One set up. So now you can start exploring the world of Xbox, downloading the games you like, getting the apps that you like, and going online and playing with your friends. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe for more how-to videos. Take care. Bye now. Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today we're going to be setting up the PlayStation 4 Pro. Now this is going to be a complete setup from beginning. This has never even been turned on before. Now this video is intended for beginners, those of you that have never set up a gaming console before, or possibly those of you that haven't set one up in maybe the last 15 years. So I'm going to go into the very basics of it. It's going to be connected up to a 4K TV, and I'm going to set up 4K HDR, and basically go into every single detail of the initial setup. Now you don't need to have a 4K PlayStation 4 Pro. If you've got a 1080p or 720p, that's fine also. It's just that you're going to get more benefits if you use a 4K TV, because you're going to have benefits like HDR. Most 4K TVs have HDR, which is high dynamic range. So basically it's going to give you more colours. So the blacks look blacker, there's more shades of white. So when you look at the clouds, for example, in the game, you're going to see a lot more definitely sharp HD art turned on. So to begin with, let's unbox it. Then we're going to go through the set list. This for people that haven't had a PlayStation account before, so we're going to have to set up a new PlayStation network account and everything. Right, let's unbox this thing. Now, this is a 1 terabyte model, so you're looking at 1,000 gigabytes. So if, for example, when you're installing digital games or any games, if you have a look at the back of this game here, this is Horizon Zero Dawn. If we have a look at the back, you can see here that you need a minimum of 43.2 gigabytes. So if you just do very simple math, let's just call that 50 gigabytes, you're going to be able to install roughly around 20 of these games on the hard drive before it's full. But if it fills up, don't worry about it, because you can still just install an external hard drive, which is really easy. You just plug it in. So with it, we get a little mono headset. So this is if you want to do online chat on your game, so you'll be able to hear your friends through here, and you'll be able to speak through the microphone. It is mono, meaning it's only in one ear. You can get stereo headsets very cheap, so it's good if you like to do this sort of thing. Just to upgrade to a stereo headset, starting from £15 upwards. Well, we've got our power cable here as well. We've got our charging cable, which is a USB to a micro USB. So that's what we're going to charge our. Then we use the supply lead. It's going to be a HDMI 2 lead. If you were to use other leads, chances are you would be okay, but if you were to use one of the older HDMI leads, not the high-speed version, then you might find that you struggle to get 4K out of it. And we've got our DualShock 4 controller. This is a version 2 DualShock 4 controller. So basically, very similar to the version 1, except that we've got the light bar here, and also these are a slight different shade. The buttons are more grey rather than black. So there's the beast. Right, so we've got a couple of USB ports at the front here, so we can charge our controller from there. And also, the first time we use it, we need to plug it in to sync it up to the console. Just quickly show you the back here. We've got a power cable that goes in here. We've got an HDMI cable that goes to the TV here. This one here you won't be using unless you're going to get a PlayStation camera. For example, for PlayStation VR, you know, your virtual reality headsets. This one here is an optical cable, so a Toslink and SPDIF. This is if you wanted to take separate sound out. So if your HDMI is going to carry picture and sound. This one though would be, for example, if you want to use some optical headsets, and then they will take their sound from here, or you might have a separate sound system that you want to connect up. We've got another USB port here, and we've got our Ethernet port here. So with this, it's got Wi-Fi built into it, but you've got an option to do a wired connection, setting up the network. Basically, a wired connection is always going to give you the most hassle-free, best solution, because you just plug it in and it works. If you can't get a wire to this because of the location of it, then you're going to have to rely on Wi-Fi. I will discuss that later on. Right, so it does come with a little quick start guide. And let's just open it up and see what it's going to do first. So basically, it's saying, let's get started. Connect to your TV. Follow steps 1 to 4 below to connect your PlayStation 4 to your TV. So we're going to have to put the AC power cord in, and we're going to have to put the HDMI cable out to the TV. So let's do that. So first of all, I'm going to use the HDMI cable to the TV. Now this is what the cable looks like. It's actually labelled up as HDMI as well, and it's just under 2 meters in length, so that's going to give you an idea now of whether you can use the supply cable. So all we're going to be doing is connect it into the HDMI port in the back of the PlayStation 4 Pro. So let's just turn this around so we've got easy access. And now the HDMI cable will only go in one way round, so basically you have to look at the shape there and you have to copy it. It's going to be the wider side on the top, and we just need to put it in nice and gently, but also firmly, and we need to make sure it's fully pushed home. So now that's not going to go in any further, and I'm happy that that's fully in. Now I'm going to leave the other side just disconnected for the moment. Now I'm going to get that power lead. Right, this is the UK power lead here. Obviously, depending on the country you're in, it's going to look different. And we've got this connector at the other end. Again, it's shaped, so we can't plug it in the wrong way. It was only going to go in one way. But we need to push it in, and then we need to give it a nice, good push to make sure it's fully home. Now, if you wanted to connect up a wired Ethernet cable, it doesn't actually come in the pack. So in the pack, you're going to just connect it up via Wi-Fi. But if you do want the best possible connection for your online gaming, and also if you're downloading digital games, normally if you have a wired connection, it works quicker than Wi-Fi. This is what an Ethernet cable looks like. You can see that it's got 8 gold pins on it, and it's shaped like that. And you can get them very cheaply off eBay and Amazon in whatever length you need. So just for the purpose of the video, I am just going to connect up the Ethernet, but I will show you later on how to do the Wi-Fi as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug this into the Ethernet port, the very last port here on the right-hand side of it, at the back. And again, you can only plug it in one way. If you have a look at the shape of that, you can see the tape there goes at the bottom, so it just clicks into place. So this is going to click, and there it goes, clicks in. So that is basically PlayStation 4 Pro connected up at the back with the power, HDMI cable, and also Ethernet cable. So now we're going to get our power cable and we're going to plug it into our power supply. But I'm not going to turn it on just yet. I would say the power lead needs to be about 1.5 meters long, so 150 centimeters. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the HDMI lead back. Now, this is where it depends on your TV where you're going to connect it to. So basically, I've got a Samsung 4K TV. And on this one, because this is one of the cheaper models, it will enable HDR on HDMI 1. So if you look at the back here, I've got 3 options to plug it into. But if I want HDR, which I do, I mean HDR looks really good when you're gaming, then I need to plug it to HDMI 1. And also, I need to enable HDR on that port as well. So I have to come to that and I'm going to unplug whatever's plugged into HDMI 1. Now obviously here I've already got 3 things plugged in. So you're going to have to look into getting something like a HDMI switch unless you can move part of that equipment to another room. So for example, you might have a Blu-ray player here, but now you don't need the Blu-ray player anymore because you've got your PlayStation 4, which will also play your Blu-ray disc. So I'm going to unplug the one there, and I'm going to plug my HDMI cable in. Again, you have to look at the shape of the port that you have to marry up this to go into it. See now, it's not fully. Now, when it comes to the other end of the Ethernet cable, this is where you have to find your router. Your router is basically the box of tricks that your internet service provider gives you to enable you to get access to the internet. So we call it a router in the UK, but in other parts of the world you will know it as a router. And what I need to do is I need to connect up the Ethernet cable to one of the spare ports. So I've already got 3 in use here, so I'm going to connect it up. Luckily I've got 1 spare there, so I'm going to connect it up there. Now also, if you're doing wireless, then you will need to have a look at the back of your router to set up the Wi-Fi. And you will need your Wi-Fi key for that, or wireless key for the passphrase. With this one now I've changed it, so that's why I'm showing this one. So in this case, you can just bring this over to the PlayStation 4 because that's the idea that they can move along to make it easy for you to set things up. So later on, when it's asking for the wireless cable, that's what you need to be typing in, not that one you put in the back of your router. And you need to write down the wireless key with the password and passphrase. You also need to find out your SSID. SSID is what your router is called. So in this instance, you can change it again, but this router is called a BT Hub 5 JZ6H. But you will need to connect to your SSID, otherwise you're going to end up trying to connect to, for example, one of your neighbour's routers. Right, okay, so I've just got the long cable now just thrown on the floor. I mean, for the purpose of this video, I'm just showing you how to do this. I have actually got all my cables and stuff in the wall, so that's how I'm going to connect now myself later on. Right, connect up the power, connect up the HDMI, and connect up the Ethernet. It is now time to turn on the TV and also time to turn on the PlayStation. So I'm going to turn it on at the plug socket over here now. And if you look very closely on the left-hand side, you can actually see a very small. There you go. You see that, which is the power button there. I'm just going to tap this button here. You see now I've got a nice blue bar going across the front of it, and it's giving me a good indication of it. But my TV is still on. So let's now turn on our TV, and we also have to select the correct input as well. Turn it on. Now, do you remember I plugged it into HDMI 1 at the back? Well, now I need to select HDMI 1 on the TV. So on my TV here, I need to go to where this one's called input. So have a look at source or input, and then hopefully that will allow you to select the correct input at the back. So I'm going to go to source, and I've got it already labelled as game console, but on your TV it would just be HDMI 1 or HDMI 2 or HDMI 3. So we're going to go to that and we're going to press enter. Right, and now it's telling us on the screen, it says DualShock 4, and it's telling us to plug in via the USB cable. So you can see there. First we'll plug it into the PlayStation 4 console, then plug it in to the controller, then press the PlayStation button. So that's what we're going to do now. So remember I showed you that we have two USB ports to the front here? We can use either one of them, it doesn't matter which one we use. Now when it comes to USBs, again, they have to be only put one way round, and sometimes if you force it in and you put it in the wrong way, it can actually start to damage the port over time. So if you have a look at this here, you can see that the bottom half is filled in white and it's empty. We want to keep the empty top half at the top. The bottom white bit is going to be facing the bottom of the console, the empty bit is going to be facing the top of the console. So we're just going to choose one of the ports, and choose that one there, and I'm going to plug it in there, and you have to plug it in nice and firmly all the way. And now we're going to plug the other end into our DualShock 4 controller, and again you can see it's shaped. You can see that if they're going to the edge here, it goes down, the top bit is actually larger than the bottom bit. So again, we'll up the same way. So the top bit here goes in here, nice and gently pushing it like so. And now we're going to put on the TV, and we're going to get the PlayStation button. There we go. Now it's asking what language we want to use. So I'm going to do English, United Kingdom. I'm going to press the X button. So you'll find that on the PlayStation 4 that the X will be confirmed. So I'm pressing the X button, and it also tells you here, it says X to enter. So it's going to prompt you what to do on screen. So if you're ever unsure, just look around the screen and it will prompt you what to do next. Now let's start setting up your PlayStation 4 system. We're going to set up the internet connection, we're going to connect the PlayStation camera, but we're not. We're going to set the date and time, and we're going to adjust power saving settings. So we're going to press X for enter, and circle to go back. So if you've ever made a mistake and you want to go backward, so for example now, if you realise you've done the wrong language, just press the circle and it will take you back to the previous screen, okay? Right, so X for next. Right, at the moment we've got a wired connection, so let's just skip straight through that now. I'm going to go up to Wi-Fi and press X. And it's asking me which Wi-Fi network do you want to use. Now remember I told you what the SSID on the router was earlier? Well, you need to find your one, because using this you're going to have a load of other people's connections as well. Also, a lot of routers now support this WPS button, which is Wi-Fi protected setup. So it saves you having to enter in a password, it would just do it automatically for you. So I'm going to click on my particular router, which is this BT hub up here. Now there's two networks you can often choose from. It depends on your router, but sometimes you can choose between a 2.4 gigahertz and a 5 gigahertz. Basically, if your router is quite far away, opt for the 2.4 gigahertz. If your router is close to your PlayStation, then opt for the 5 gigahertz one. So you've seen how close my router was, it was just across there. So I'm going to click the 5 gigahertz one. And now I'll put in the password. So I'm just going to point the camera. Now the password is what I showed you on the back of the thing. So for example, the wireless key or the passphrase. And now I'm just going to go to done and then OK. So I'm pressing OK now, and it's saying please wait. Right, now it's checking network environment. It's happening now next by 5. It's safe here. We've got to the next page about the PlayStation camera. You're going to set up the PlayStation camera just yet. But if you're setting up the PlayStation VR, then this is where you come with the PlayStation camera into that all serial APX or that PlayStation Pro. And now we're going to just skip that one. And now it's asking us for what time zone are we in. Well, I'm near London, so I'm just going to do London. I'll make no one with it up and down. You can use the second, you can use the stick or the pads to go up and down. So it's up to you. Basically, through the button of the controller. You've got left analog stick, right analog stick. This is called your D pad or directional pad. And then you've got your buttons here, X, square, triangle, and circle. Options button here, share button here. L1, L2, your shows buttons. And we've also got R1 and R2. We've also got this touch pad in the middle here, which works as a touch pad. And also, click it. So for certain things, you can get to switch out in the middle. And we've also got a PlayStation button here. We've got a little speaker here. So on certain games, it produces the sound through the controller. And we've also got a little headphone jack here. So if you wanted to plug in some wired headphones, this will do sound and your microphone as well. So it's like a headset. So you can plug in a wired headset into here, and then you can hear your friends talk, and you can also talk to them. You can also set it up where you have the game play audio coming through here as well. So if it's late at night, you can plug some headphones into here, mute the TV, and then all the sound will just be coming through this headphone jack. Right, so London, and now it says please set the time and date. Now the click is there via the Ethernet cable. You can see now it's set up the correct time and date. So I can go to next. And now set the time as well as PS4. What has to be turned on when you're not operating it? I'm going to leave it on default settings. Obviously you can change all this. You can do it after 1 hour or do not turn off. Just come back and change this later. So if this is final, you can always change it later. So don't worry if you don't fully understand something. You can always go back. The only thing you won't be able to change is your PlayStation Network ID. Once you choose that name, that's going to stay with you. So don't be too defensive, or racist, anything like that. And remember, you might have this PlayStation Network ID for the next 15 or 20 years or longer. So if you expect something that's really childish, you can use it. But as of now, PlayStation doesn't change your network ID name. Right, okay, so I'm going to go to explanation. Now it's saying, select the features you want to use in Express Mode. The more you select, the more power the PS4 uses. So remember, PS4 costs money. So it depends on how much money you have or how much money your parents have. You might want to turn off the PlayStation which places not going to be using anything. If you didn't understand right, often it's taken over and it's just using a little bit of which makes it use a little bit of money. But it needs things to happen in the background. So for example, supply power to the USB ports. So that means you can charge up your controller even when the PlayStation's off. So I'm going to go up to that and I'm going to turn so you can leave it for always for 3 hours. Or I'm just going to leave it for 3 hours. But again, it's up to you. It's quite nice to come back to the controller fully charged when on the game. Otherwise, you're going to have to look at charging it with the gaming or other objects to charge it. Right, stay connected to the internet. While in this mode, the PS4 will download up content and upload saved data. Now, if you haven't used a console in a long time, the problem with nowadays is they often update themselves, and these updates could take a lot of time. So maybe if you're into a few weeks, you might get to play it, and if you can't play it, until you set up update. And you've got to sit there for the next half an hour, 45 minutes or an hour while the thing updates. So basically, if you were to keep it connected to the internet rest mode, then for example, you do at night. So again, I'm going to say stay connected to the internet, and now I'm going to say enable turning on off the PS4 from network. So the PlayStation 4 can be turned on by using the PS4 link application available for the PlayStation TV system or the available for smartphones and tablets. What they basically need to do with the PlayStation great feature that you can do on your laptop and also the PlayStation Vita called Remote Play. And that's where you can be out of the house or in a different part of the house. You can be in a different part of the world and you can still play your home console on another piece of equipment such as your laptop or your PlayStation Vita or your laptop connected to a network, even if it's in another country, it will allow you to turn on your PlayStation 4 at home and play the games when you're away. Now, it's heavily dependent on how good the internet is. If you've got a bad connection, it's not going to connect at all, or the game's going to be really laggy, breaking up and stuff. But if you've got a good internet connection, it does actually work pretty well, and it's definitely worth testing out because it's a great little feature. Okay, so I'm going to enable that. Now, keep applications suspended. Applications are kept suspended while in rest mode. The next time you use your PS4, you can quickly continue from where you left off. So basically, if you've got an app, you can just have it suspended rather than completely shut down. So when you come to use it again, it's already there, ready to turn on. Nice to keep that one off, but again, that's completely up to you. So I'm going to go to next, press X, and now I've got to accept the software license agreement. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go down now and read all of that. Make sure you're happy with it. If you're not happy with it, then you're going to put do not accept, and you won't be able to use the PlayStation 4. So you have to go over to accept and press X once you're happy with it. Now there you go, setup of your PlayStation 4 is complete. Enjoy an exciting world of entertainment. Start now. A later version of the system software is ready to be installed. So any application you use, select update later and then save it for the rest of the applications. So basically, like anything, it will need an update. So the first time you use it, even until Christmas Day and you're desperate to play it, you don't have to update it now, but you might as well do it at the beginning and then start fresh with all the latest software. So I'm going to update now and I'm going to press X. System software of the PS4 will be updated. The PS4 will restart and start the update. So I'm going to press X. So basically, it says here, do not turn off the PS4 during installation. When the installation is complete, the PS4 will restart automatically. And you see on my controller now, it's kind of, that's just a normal standard charging colour. But when it comes back on again, hit the PlayStation button, it will go to a blue colour. So this will be on what playing you are. So play along will be blue, and as you go through the different players, the colours will change here, so it gives an indication of what player you are. Right, okay, so if you see what I mean there, you can see that it's orange. As soon as it hits PlayStation, it's going to go to blue. Press the PlayStation button. Let's see it here. Right now, it says here, controller. So we haven't named ourselves yet, so yes, press X. Now it says get all your PS4, download the latest games and demos from the PlayStation Store, become friends with other players and chat with them, show all your great moments. You can create a new account or use an existing one. But remember I said at the beginning that we're going to be setting this up from scratch. Never played PlayStation 4 or never owned a console before. So basically, I'm going to be doing it as if we're a complete new account. So I'm going to do X. Now, one other thing you might read up about is something called the PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus allows you to play online games, and some games like Overwatch have to have PlayStation Plus. Let me just get that list to show you what I mean. Right, so if we look at Overwatch here, you will see that it says here, internet connection and PlayStation Plus required to play. So unfortunately, if you were to get this game on Christmas Day, you won't be able to play this until you sign up for PlayStation Plus. But then DNS server cannot be used. The DNS server did not respond within the time limit. If you've suggested actions, right, if you can connect to the internet, select network test internet connection, then check your internet connection status, and then restart your router, restart your PS4. So basically, we're having problems at the moment connecting to the internet. So I can skip this, but I want to set up a network account. Now, this could be a problem on PlayStation's end. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a problem with what I've done here. But what I again and see what happens. Now, when you're setting up your PlayStation or any games console for this matter, you always have to leave yourself a good amount of time. You might be lucky and you might get through in half an hour, 45 minutes, but often it can take hours to get through by the time you've done your updates and sort that problem. Now, while it's doing that, what I am going to do is I can now actually unplug this. It will still work. You just need to plug it in to charge it up and sync it up. So if I unplug this now, you can see that it's still going to work, but it's still saying up here, a DNS server is not used, a DNS server is not responding in the 5 minutes. So this might be a problem on the PlayStation end. So I'm just going to go down to OK, and say, so you can see I'm not using the cable anymore. When you first get your PlayStation, give it a good charge, plug it in to begin with, but just for the purpose of the video, I'm going to leave it unplugged now. I have to go to skip because there's nothing I can do. I've connected skip for the time being. It's all finally set up. You won't have to go through a long process every time you want to play it. It's just the initial setup that takes the time. After that, you just turn it on, and then within a minute or two, you can be playing your game. Right, discover. You can also operate your PS4 with your voice. So it does have voice control, but you need to plug in a headset into here. So for example, if I was to use just this little rubbish mono one that comes with it, I say it's rubbish, it's only because there's only one speaker here, so it's not going to be very good quality. It says up here, microphone switch to headset connected to controller. And if we have a very close look here, you can see here that it says and on for the mic. So that would be on and that would be off. So basically, get used to doing this because, for example, if somebody comes in and arguing with you, or you're saying something personal to someone that you don't want the whole of the party that you're playing the game with to hear, so that would be off. And then that would be on. So if I was speaking to here, you can do some very simple commands. If I was to say PlayStation, all commands. And it gives me a list of what I can do up here. Start community, start friends, etc. Log in. Right, who will log into the PlayStation 4 system? Well, let's just go back off this now. Yep, so basically you can do simple things on here that will allow you to work off the voice commands, but only when this is plugged in. So I'm just going to again unplug this for the moment. Limited to what I can do if I haven't got an internet connection. So I'm just going to go up now and I'm going to go across the settings. So basically this is the settings here, the toolbox, and I'm just using the left analog stick or D-pad. And then when you get to settings, press X. And now I'm going to go down to where it says network. I'm going to press X and I'll view status of PlayStation Network services. Right, it says here all services are up and running, so it should now be working. So I'm going to just tap the PlayStation button, and now let's go to sign in. I'm going to go over to profile. Right, create Sony Entertainment Network account. All sign in with the existing one. So this will often be known as your PSA, your PlayStation Network account, a PSN account. You can share chat with your friends while playing games together or download the latest games and demos from PlayStation Store. So let's sign in to PlayStation Network and hopefully that will give me an option to become a new user. Right, so here an error has occurred. Right, here we go, PlayStation Network. Go online by signing into the PlayStation Network. So I need to put in an email address and a password if I'm an existing one, but I'm not. We're going to pretend now that I'm using it. So I need to go down to the bottom one where it says new to PlayStation Network, create an account. So I'm going to hit X. And this is where you go to fill in your details. Now, it's quite hard to actually find a name that hasn't gone already. Right, and it's saying, what you can get. You open up a world of online PlayStation 4. So you've got all you can do. You can buy games from the store. You can go onto PlayStation Now, but that doesn't really work very well. And you can connect with your friends. And PlayStation Plus is what you need because then you can play online with your friends. And also, it gives you a couple of free games each month as well. And the odd time they do release a game that you do want to play. Right, okay, so I'm going to go down to sign up now. I'll press an X. And it's going to enter in my details. So unfortunately now I will have to do this off camera, but I'm going to do see summary below and select continue to see. You would like to change or personalise your ads and purchase recommendations, which you can do at any time, select modify. So okay. Okay, let's go down to continue, and I'm going to press X. Games. Choose who can see your gaming activity. So, for example, please review the following agreements and policies you must continue in. So, okay, so basically you need to read all that and make sure you're all happy with it, and then when you are, you will go down to accept and press X. Error has occurred. Press X and see what's happened. Your PlayStation Network sign-in information has been saved on this PS4. Well, that's a little bit confusing, but it says an error is concerned, but it looks like it's gone through. So if you have it down at the bottom there, I've got my avatar symbol, and it also says my name, please. So it looks like nobody else has taken that one. And now I'm going to go to OK. Right, so sign in to PlayStation Network, so it's still signing in. So now what you need to do is you need to go over to your laptop or your phone or your PC, and you need to log into your emails, and you need to find the one from PlayStation, and you need to verify that new account that you've just set up. So I've done that now, so now I'm going to go over to PlayStation Plus. I'm going to see if I can sign into my PlayStation Network. So I'm just going to go off screen again. Now I'm going to enter my password. And I'm going to go to sign in. Right, when you log into the sign into the PlayStation Network. If other people have access to this PS4, set a login passcode so they cannot log into this PS4 as you. A login passcode can be set by selecting settings, login passcode management. So it depends on who you live with. If you've got a house share with a load of other people, then you would want to be setting up a passcode. If it's just your family and you trust your wife, etc., then you don't need one. So in this instance, I'm not going to be setting up a passcode. So I'm going to go to OK. Right, and now you have the options, for example, the Join PlayStation Plus. So you see that you haven't got the full range of features until you verify it on your actual email. So you do have to go onto that computer or your laptop or something and verify the email. Otherwise, it will just keep coming up with an error like you've seen earlier. So, for example, now I can join PlayStation Plus. And this is where you can pay per month or per year. For example, 3 months is £20, 12 months is £50. If you actually go online and find one of the sellers online that sell digital codes for your PlayStation Plus, then normally you can get it for just under £40. Right, okay, so I'm going to get out of that. Now let me show you how to play a game. So basically, I've already set up the Horizon Zero Dawn. The first time you do this, it will take about 15 minutes to get all the information onto the PlayStation. But every time you play it, you will still need to insert the disc. So what you need to do is take your disc out, handle it nice and carefully, label side up, and we're going to look down at the PlayStation 4 Pro, and we're going to put it in this section here, and just nice and gently offer it up, and it will take the disc in. Label side up, mirror side down, and then what will happen is bring up this picture, and then you go to the on Horizon Zero Dawn, you will then load up the game X, and now it's going to load up the game straight away. Right, and now you can play your game like you would normally play. So, for example, remember I mentioned earlier that there was only one HDMI port on my TV that has that setting for HDR. So let's just show you the settings on the TV to make sure that's enabled. So remember we plugged into HDMI 1? Well, now if I was to go to settings on the remote control, so this is a TV now, this is nothing to do with the PlayStation 4. So I'm going to go to settings, and if you have a look at the picture, I'm going to go down to where it says expert settings. Now this is on a Samsung TV. It will obviously vary depending on your TV. So I'm just going to go to enter. And on Samsung, they call their version of HDR HDMI UHD color. Now, this TV isn't full HDR. It's better than not having it on, but the more expensive TVs will have a better HDR than this TV. So, for example, now I'm going to go to enter, and I need to enable it. So at the moment, I've already enabled it, but by default, that will be turned off. So what you will have to do is you will have to go to where it says HDMI 1, you will have to do that, and you'll have to turn it to on and press enter. Now, if you have a look, you can see if I was to try to do that on 2 and 3, it doesn't let me do it. On other TVs, will do all the HDMIs, but on my one they're not. And then if I go to close and exit, we will now have HDR enabled on this TV. And what it will mean is that if, for example, you were to look at the sky, you will see better definition when it comes to the clouds, and the blacks will be darker than normal. Really, you're only going to really notice it when they're side by side. So if you had a non-HDR TV and a HDR TV side by side, you would notice the difference. But when you just watch it here, it's hard to compare it to anything. Now, let me just show you the settings on the PlayStation, because you might be worried that, for example, it's not 4K. Well, let me just show you that now. Also, to stop the game now, all we're going to do is press the PlayStation button, and then if we were to press the options button, it will then bring up this here code application. Or, for example, if you want to put another disc in, you can actually go down to remove disc, and what it will do is it will eject the disc for you. So I'm going to press X, and now if I go down, you will now. There you go, and it's come out, and nice and gently, just pull it out the rest of the way. If you want to eject it itself, it's not a problem, because you have the eject symbol there. So if you have a look closely there, you will see that there's a little symbol here, and that's for eject. So if I was just to tap that there, again, the disc will come out. Right, let me show you those 4K settings. Right, if we go up to the toolbox again, up to settings, so we're going to go up, and we're going to go across to settings.
Series.
Bunch of functions. So not only does it help give some structure, but everything attaches to it. So let's see if I can do this.
Don't overpay for auto parts or accessories. WikiBuy can save you money. It's a browser extension that automatically compares Amazon's prices to other sellers to see if there's a better deal out there. It includes tax and shipping in that price, so you really know you're getting a great deal. Plus, it's totally free. So do yourself and your wallet a favor and try WikiBuy.
Right, I'm going to start out with the rear I/O board. I know how to do this. I'll definitely get it right. It's fine. Which goes in like this. So you can see there are a ton of air channels here. Essentially, it should just go with the I/O facing out. And look at that. Look how good I am at building things. All the guys who designed this are standing right over here. I'm definitely getting a little nervous. No judgment, it's fine. Okay, so the next step would be to take the other part of the main board, and it should just attach like this. So you can see essentially we have the SoC and the memory facing this way, and we have the other main board facing this way, simple for our various connectors with like the South Bridge. You can see that the I/O all comes together like this. This would stick out the back of the console. So with this level of power, there's a lot of, well, literal power flowing to the chip, and all of that has to go somewhere. And that somewhere is a ridiculous vapor chamber. So while the Xbox One X was the first Xbox to feature a vapor chamber, this is a whole other level. So not only do you have the aluminum vents on the back where airflow will pass through, but you can see this is a massive vapor chamber. So actually if I take off the SoC here, you can kind of get a little bit of an idea of what this looks like. So essentially the SoC will go on with this little section right here. So it'll pull not only the chip, but also the VRM around it. And then you also have all of your GDDR memory, which can also make contact here. A lot of heat that has to be dissipated by this vapor chamber. So let's see if I can actually put it together. So next we have the socket chassis, which goes on something like this. Oh, there we go. All right. Next, I need to put the vapor chamber on, which obviously will go something like this. There we go. Okay, that starting to look a little bit more like an Xbox. Now we have a power supply. This is actually a very compact unit. I remember back when the Xbox One came out, the original, and it had that huge external supply. Put that a 300 watt supply, which not only fits inside, but is also controlled by the exact same fan, spoiler alert, that cools the rest of the system. So I believe this slides on something like, what are you talking about? This? Yeah. Alright, that's looking like a shape of a thing. Next up, we have the little bottom shield. Right, slide it on like this. Yes! Next up is the optical drive. So this is a very similar Blu-ray drive to what you had on the previous generation. I believe it goes on something like this. Hey, look at that! Now we're getting a little bit more of an Xbox One shape. I'm sorry, did I say Xbox One? Xbox Series X. Next up, we have the fan. And you have to consider this is the only fan in the entire Xbox Series X. So it is a very, very custom unit. So it's a 130 millimeter fan. And you can see that not only are the blades really uniquely shaped, the entire top shroud is pretty much designed for the optimal airflow to kind of keep things moving. Because you have to keep in mind, with only one fan, the airflow has to be very carefully managed. So if you imagine this is the Series X, which is very close to at this point, air is coming through a few different channels. So of course a lot of air is passing through the heatsink on the back of the vapor chamber and being exhausted out the top. But air also comes through the center chassis and through the various components like the SSD. We also have to consider that the power supply needs air, which is exhausted underneath this plastic case. There's a lot going on here, and it all really starts and ends with the fan, which, if I can line it up like this, is essentially how it sits. Obviously, as someone who builds PCs and stuff, you see a lot of fans in exactly the same. You see, oh, we added our TV or whatever. But like, this is such a complicated shape, especially when it's in the way that the shroud. And this is actually kind of interesting. So, mentioning this earlier, so there's a little sort of like escape path. So, say someone accidentally puts something over the top, there's still the ability for air to be exhausted through here.
That's
obviously, right. Optimal, but someone accidentally puts a book on top of your Series X, it's not gonna immediately go and completely get all the air cut off.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cool stuff here.
There is the surfacing around on the fan shroud, like you said. It's super complex and super, driven by the engineering requirements of getting that air up and then spread out as wide as possible as it is. Exhausts.
If you want a better visual of what this looks like, this would be a wonderful graphic right behind me. It's a tornado of heat and exhaust. Didn't think that one through at all. Everyone in the room is very upset with me. It is not a tornado. It is a very carefully managed. Also, if you look up close, which you probably never will because no one should ever open up your Series X. I mean, I guess technically you could, but you shouldn't. Inside, there are actually a couple of really interesting Easter eggs. So first of all, a lot of the components are individually labeled. So you can see this is number 1, the center chassis. You have the optical disk drive. There are actually 7 of these things. But my favorite is if you look on the very top of this fan, you'll see a tiny little master chief. No one's ever going to see this, but it is very, very cool of these guys to spend so much time sort of optimizing this layout. I know a lot of people were kind of wondering when you saw the announcement of why the Xbox is shaped as it is. But as we put it all together, you can see that there's actually a lot of very clever engineering that went into putting this together. I almost have the Series X complete. The next step is just to put it all in the chassis, which I'm sure I will get first try, no problem. So I'm going to line it up, angle it just a little bit. Hey, wait, look, I got it. And there we have the Xbox Series X. Don't look at this side, look at this side. It's fine, look at that. Look how beautiful of a job I've done in developing this console with no help at all from anyone in this room. No one just told me how to do that or anything like that. They should. You know I'm going to have to ask the question that the entire internet asked the second we saw this. Why is it this shape?
And it's a good reason. I mean, when you put the box together, you can see how all of those big components kind of fit together in this really unique way. And it's all driven by pulling air through the system with this big extra fan on the top. Are you concerned at all about something like that? No, I mean, that's a good question. We were really conscious about it being
as you were doing. You can put it down sideways. You can use it vertically. It's actually got a really small footprint, so you can put it on a much shallower shelf than you ever could before. So if anything, you can think a lot of flexibility in where they can put it.
So I know when I first saw it, and of course, if you've seen the announcement video, you'll see they've got the little scoop on the top with what look like LEDs, but in fact, it's sort of more of like an optical in here, right?
We have, I mentioned that the fan needs to pull out of air. We need really big holes, and we decided to embrace that as a design element. And we added this slight dish on a really deep set of holes here, so that as you look at it, your view changes and you see more or less inside. And the green is really, kind of a nod to like a fans and not an Xbox. It's got like a toolbox inside it, and it reveals itself like as you get closer.
A new console is nothing without a new controller, and the Series X has some interesting differences. So you can see we have everything from the all the way up to the Series X. And while at first glance this looks very similar to the Xbox One, there actually are some pretty significant differences. So the first one is actually in the size. So while the grip and everything down here is pretty much the same, the top has been tapered a little bit more, so it's better for smaller hands. In fact, there's actually a demo here to have basically a giant controller to kind of give you a sense of what it would feel like. And it's still very comfortable even if you do have those hands. Also, this little control areas. So a lot, of course, is very similar. So the sticks and a lot of the buttons feel the same. However, we do now have a much nicer D-pad. So it's nicely faceted, it has a nice sort of quick action, and we also do have a share button built in. Now on the bottom, it is pretty much identical, so a lot of accessories, your headsets and everything should just slide in no problem on the bottom. And if we flip over to the top, we now have USB-C. Now if we open up the back, you will see that we have the exact same setup as the Xbox One. So we'll ship with AA batteries, and you can of course still use your plan charge kit. Obviously, if you really value AA batteries, that's an option, although rechargeable is definitely the way that I like to go. But interestingly, this is a very different style of sort of controllers they've done in the past, mostly because this is actually backwards compatible with the Xbox One and vice versa. So obviously there are some improvements here, and it's sort of four fundamentals. This is not wildly different than the Xbox One, which means that if you want to take your current Xbox One controller and move it over to the Series X, or even take a Series X controller and play it on Xbox One, you can absolutely do that. Now, some of us take advantage of the Xbox wireless radio, and they've actually done a lot of work to improve the latency so that the controller will sort of be the console more often. But interestingly, on top of that, it does, of course, connect to the USB. But it does have low energy. So say you're using this with an iPhone or an Android or something, it will be a little bit more energy efficient and be a little bit quicker. One very cool demo on the Series X is the ability to do HDR reconstruction. So you can see right here we have Halo 5, and keep in mind it's going to be very bright since it's now in HDR. But essentially what we got here is a game which was never originally designed to have HDR implementation. However, some very clever trickery. You can see on this display, everything in the orange and you see anything in the reds and the whites, that's actually full HDR color space, which was not originally designed for the game. To me, I can't believe, like, just looking at this, you can see like how bright it gets over here for a game that was never designed for it. And the cool thing is this actually works for more than just like an Xbox One game that never had HDR. We got a demo earlier of an original Xbox game, Fusion Frenzy, clearly never designed with HDR in mind, and it still looks great. Maybe not quite as good as Halo, but So I have the exact same level loaded up on both of these Series X dev kits. So you can see on this we have the full HDR reconstruction, where especially you get a lot of brightness here, and this is a heat map. So essentially all this is doing is just showing us based on the color where we're really getting that extra brightness and that extra range that of course was never designed. So you see fire, you see with this over here, and if I try to throw a grenade at the same time, you can see, that's actually, it's so bright. Like, realistically, if this just was the way I played the game, I don't think I would ever realize that this wasn't something that the developer had intended, right? This is something that can be added. This can be added with essentially no impact to performance. What is this called? We know obviously it's the Xbox Series X, but we've had the Xbox, we had the 360, we had the One. What is this generation called?
This generation is just called Xbox, and this specific console is the Xbox Series X.
Okay, gotcha. So fourth generation Xboxes are just the Xbox.
Exactly. Okay. Absolutely. We want people to be able to just go in and say, I want the latest Xbox. So that's why we need that Xbox.
You've been working on this for how long?
Xbox Series X development started in 2016, so we've been working on it for 4 years. Absolutely.
I'm assuming it's got to be nice to finally show off your game.
That's why we're so excited to have you here, is to actually be able to spend more details about what the team's been working on for the last 4 years.
I've got to give you props.
I did not realize. First of all, it's kind of crazy to me that you guys are being this upfront open about a console 6 months or whatever before launch. On top of that, you've shown us so much stuff. We get to show so much in the video. Why are you guys being so open about this ahead of time? Aren't you afraid that people are gonna be like, oh, trying to steal some notes or whatever? Or do you what's the thought behind that?
Honestly, we're just really proud with what we've actually built. And we've worked on this for so long. We're finding great just our details. And as we get closer to launch, we'll really focus on showing what the platform can actually do and how it will play. Yeah, like the technology inside of this generation is so transformative, and the kinds of gaming experiences you're going to be able to experience are just so fundamentally different. And it's really unlocked by all the power that are involved.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe to the channel because there's going to be a whole lot more on the Series X coming.
Hey everyone, welcome to the new Digital Family Let's Build on location at Redmond College. It's a bit weird. Point is, we've invited you by Microsoft to take a look at the Xbox Series X some months before its holiday 2020. You know who I am, this is of course and Xbox Series X, where do we get? Well, I think this is we've already talked in another video about the core specs and the vision. Here we're going to be talking more about our kind of impressions, our hands-on with the actual hardware, right? What do you reckon?
Well, yeah, we had to go into this lovely sort of lab environment,
Right.
See how the console's put together, take it apart, put it back together. They actually had all the components sort of stripped down into individual components. Yep. So you kind of get to see the split motherboard design, the way that it stacks on, and then the big chamber cooler clips on there, and the optical drive. Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting demonstration. It kind of gives you that extra appreciation of industrial design because it's very different from what it costs. And I think that vertical stack design that went for was specifically designed as sort of like a unique element, like way to cool the system, considering the sustained clocks that they're pushing on this thing.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I was absolutely fascinated by it. I mean, the whole concept of the console has been kind of defined by the means to push so much power through relatively small slices of silicon. And this requires innovation. And what I like about it most is the fact that, well, in the wake of the initial reveal, there was a lot of talk about this. I think it's not anything like it. No, it's way too small, it's much smaller. And the closest analogy we can come to is actually stacked on top of each other without nothing. But these two games stuck together, two games stuck together, and yeah, we kind of mentioned that to Microsoft. There was some chuckles, but that's kind of like the form factor you should be thinking about in your head about how the Series X actually sort of looks. And we got some shots here that show how the system compares to the Xbox One X here. And I think what's fascinating is like it's a continuity in design.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they use the same kind of materials, similar color scheme. They have the same kind of power buttons, the pairing button, and everything about it is very, very similar, but obviously the shape is different. I like stacking the Series X on top of the Xbox One X. Depending on which side you're looking at, there really is an interesting size difference between the two. So, these are very good. I like how, thinking about the Series X, I guess kind of the Xbox One X as well, it feels like a very dense machine, very heavy, solid system.
Yeah, the air kind of gets sort of pumped in from the bottom. It goes through. This is the thing that I just find absolutely incredible. When we sort of build a PC, airflow, a lot of it is defined not just by having
inlets and outputs, so to speak. You kind of want basically air space airtime. Everything kind of goes through the design expectation, absolutely reaches the top. It's like a 130mm diameter fan, and then it goes straight out the top. Also, on its side, it seems to work just fine there.
It is interesting at the top there, the really kind of assumed there was a green like but it isn't actually that. It's sort of a variable thickness aspect, which is interesting. Yeah, so which in retrospect actually gives it a choice. It's having a large, shiny.
So you can kind of see here with our cutaways how that kind of works, how we have these two main boards like this sound boards and the SOC, they kind of come together on the sides. And then basically the power supply that goes on over chamber to an electric sort of flips on it, so we take up the drive slots.
Everything, but then you have to kind of slide.
It's all in China where they're going to fabricate this thing. It's all robots that are going to be physically constructing this device and slotting everything together. And to help us to kind of construct this by hand, we have some corporate magnets in place. It's kind of specific to the So let's talk about the actual machine itself. Again, just measuring up now the kind of quality of the materials match the Xbox One X when it just put the two units together. They're very much the same but they are the dimensions. You can choose the length of the Xbox One X is kind of like height.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You are saying obviously that is wider, thicker. There's a different design. Very interesting just to see how other there. But they very it's very intentional design. Used to this sort of vertical design specifically to solve the problem of running these children's box compared to the console space. Yeah, so help us think it's a necessity.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about the SoC for the moment here, we've got some nice shots of the board there. I mean, it is a high power component, so we've got 360 square millimeters on the die there, and the clock of the GPU is 18.25 megahertz.
Yeah, that's right.
So, if we look back historically, an Xbox One X, the clock of the GPU is significantly lower than a discrete graphics card of the same family from AMD. But this time, the gate clock, the 5700 XT, it's kind of ballpark of what they're doing on running the Series X SSD out. So then the pushing part is kind of why we've got this design, this particular design. Yeah, fascinating. I mean, I was talking to them about the kind of stress tests that they put about Xbox Series X in a box in a desert. And that's the kind of material, that's the kind of conditions that they kind of stress tested. And they only have like 6 months. Hey, you don't see me driving here? Design on the shelves of production, yes. So, they've kind of got to move to the absolute extremes there to kind of really stress the system.
Another thing, I guess, around, there's obviously So the expandable storage, obviously, the whole SCS system so you can't just plug in and drive it. So they actually designed sort of micro card drive. It's basically a portable form that you sort of slot into that back slot. It sort of sticks out. It's almost like a memory card. Yeah, it's from the old days. But it's a really nice mechanism. You kind of stick it in and out. It's, obviously I would love to have seen that type of format as the actual medium for the physical version. The cost, that would be interesting. That would be so great though. This little because this thing is wiki. A little, I suppose it's the cooling thing, that sort of the same thing itself, but it's a really solid piece of metal.
Yeah, well, obviously in the PC space, we have NVMe drives and we have motherboard manufacturers putting these pretty substantial heat sinks on the boards to keep the drive cool to sustain performance. That isn't really what you can do in a console, so they've actually had to integrate the heatsink into the actual design. I think what I love about it is that the form factor of the NVMe drive. I mean, NVMe is kind of quite a long stick, and it's built on the 20, something like that. But it's very, very short. It's the key takeaway.
It's a first party thing, but it's a big partner with Seagate for it. Yeah, you see that sort of edge to the back here.
Yeah, so Seagate partners
we saw they bought.
storage. So
And the kind of thing they want me doing to people, while we're telling them to stop the thing, they just want
you can actually
doing things like
plug
this.
games to one of these expandable storage devices, and then you can take it to another machine. Just like if we think about how expandable storage works on it's similar to that. If we think about how expandable storage works on PS4, not quite the same. But yeah, it's pretty important.
Yeah, and due to the shape, you can conceivably have multiple cards. Yeah, not that we're going to try to imagine, but if you have 2 or 3 of these cards, sort of slotting in and out, messing with extremely. Although the system does still support USB drives, but it's either for running Xbox One or other backwards compatible games, or you can use it to store the newer Series X games on it. So you can't run it. It's a backup. It's a backup drive. So you don't, you download it, you can back it up there. I don't think there's any details yet on how it's going to work. Like they didn't really have anything to say on that yet, but it does at least sound like you can kind of park your games there, since obviously the SSD space is going to be premium. Yeah, definitely. I think it's just going to be as dashboard works now. Yeah, probably external storage. It's just a standard thing. But yes, you can run your Xbox One and 360 titles from an external drive. There will be a speed penalty, obviously, compared to yeah. But the SSD, I mean, obviously you probably would have already seen the stuff about I can't really stress enough how awesome that is when you actually see it. Because obviously we read about it in Microsoft's blogs and communications, but when you actually see the ability to seamlessly switch between games, go straight back into the action. So the key is that it actually, first of all, we've got the suspend options this whole generation. Right? It works well on PS4 and Switch, but it never really worked very well on Xbox. Well, what we saw here is that not only does it work this time, it supports, of course, multiple games, and that seems to vary depending on the size of the game. But we saw at least 4 different games. I think they did. Yeah, there were some BC titles in there, though. Right, that's right. I mean, they don't actually have any Xbox Series X games. That's true. There was all of them are going to be all 360 games. Sorry, they were Xbox One. We had X games, Forza 7, Hellblade. And a couple others as well. Yeah, there was a 360 time. Yeah, there was. Yeah. But you'll be able to see all of that. But I guess the key there is that you also had stressed that this works over reboots and firmware updates. So if you do system updates or you just restart the console completely, the state is still stored, so you can kind of come back to it. So that is interesting. It's very different from the suspend mode that we currently see on all the other consoles this generation.
Yeah, so I think sort of rounding off the SSD side of the equation, the solution does seem to be sort of complete. We had big concerns if you've been watching previous directs about how SSD would actually work, and it seems that the solution is expandable storage via these little memory card-like devices that are actually high-performance SSDs. I guess from our perspective, the big question is going to be cost, because I can't see these things being cheap. You know, 1 terabyte NVMe drive now in a flash sale on Amazon is like $100.
Yeah, it's not going to be cheap. I don't think so. But it can change over time, and the system can support larger than 1 terabyte. So
sure, yeah.
Down the line, they can introduce, 2, 4, whatever terabyte cards. So it's a limit there. Because I guess storage space is the big thing. For this kind of type of fast storage, we can't see a massive increase in space out of the gate.
So
I guess we should also talk about the new controller.
Yeah, we get to play with the new controller. And it's, so I guess they kind of they've opted to sort of refine rather than like completely replace, and it's fine. So the Xbox One controller is really good as is. This one they slightly shrunk just the tiniest little bit and sort of shaved off some edges. I kind of went back and forth between the old and the new, and it does feel slightly more comfortable in the hand. Especially the big thing for me was that the bumpers feel they're more enjoyable to use, because I always felt like they were a little awkward. Especially on the first gen Xbox One controller, the S whatever update was a little better that way. And this is also further improved in that regard. They also added a lot of the ridges and the little.
Every time we bought the Xbox Series,
If you buy auto parts or accessories on Amazon, you should use WikiBuy. It's a Oh, they built a PC! Oh! It's just a PC. The Xbox PC. Oh, the controller's a little different too. Xbox Series X. Okay. Hey guys, this is Austin, and today Microsoft surprise announced the brand new Xbox, I almost said one, the Xbox Series X. It is wild that they've done it so early, because while we've already heard some talk about Scarlett, generally speaking, this stuff doesn't get announced properly until E3 of next year. Now, the first thing that jumps out to me is the name. The Series X sounds very much like they're sort of planning for multiple consoles. So obviously with the Xbox One S and the One X, I wouldn't be surprised, especially given the rumors, that this is only one of the brand new Xbox series of consoles, being maybe an X on the high end, an S on the low end. But that hardware, did you see it's a PC? Which it shouldn't really be particularly surprising, right? I mean, obviously, this is something which is a very PC-derived architecture. I mean, we're looking at Zen cores inside. I mean, it's pretty much a Ryzen processor and like a Navi GPU. But the fact that they've gone with such a, I don't want to say boring design. I'm sure it looks great in person, but like it's different. And by different, I mean it's PC. So let's break down what's new. And something that this trailer doesn't really get across is the actual physical dimensions of it. So it